2K Sports pregame show.
NBA regular season opener for a couple of teams. Thank you all for tuning in. So happy you're here. I'm ecstatic that you're here. And I'm really happy. In this game, we'll see the Chicago Bulls against the Jazz in Salt Lake City. And for Utah, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. Here in the early part of the season, Kenny, we've already seen a few teams outperform expectations. What can they do to keep rolling?
Just keep playing to your strengths, and you never let up. You can't change what you're doing now. It's working.
It's that simple.
It's that simple.
And to add on to what my good friend Kenny is saying,
am I not your friend?
But you didn't say anything.
Yes,
Kenny
I did.
said something. All right. Anyway, can't get overconfident like you're doing right now.
This is Kevin Harlan alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. We'll be catching up in a bit from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. It's the Chicago Bulls taking on the Utah Jazz. These two teams, Doris, proficient at generating points through the post, down low, something that's become more and more difficult, it seems, in this league.
It's true, Kevin. The back-to-the-basket center that you play through is a rarity in today's NBA, and I think one of the things the league has got to be mindful of is cleaning up the post play, not allowing players who are big and physical and strong to be beaten on in the post the way they used to let Shaquille O'Neal be beaten on. If you've got a back-to-the-basket skilled center like a Joel Embiid, you should be able to play through him and showcase his skill set.
And as you know, it's so hard to officiate a big player. You mentioned O'Neal. He's got to be the most difficult guy to try to officiate.
That's exactly right. His strength is just imposing.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. Taking a look at the Bulls, Levine and Parker are the wings. And down low, it's Markkanen and Carter. And it's done in at the point.
I'll tell you, this offense looks completely different and so much better spacing when Rubio can be a legitimate threat from range.
And it's Carter missing.
Boy, that's a tough miss. Does well to get himself open and then botches it up.
Rubio outside. On the wing, Ingles. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Favors. Kicks it out to Rubio. Gobert the screen. And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Ingles. Goes up with it again. And it's good on the way in.
Well, you love how Ingles stays locked in on the cup. He doesn't pay any attention to the defense. It's all about where do I want to get to.
Parker kicks to Levine. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Bulls moving the ball around. On the wing, Levine. Over Mitchell. And that's an air ball. Not even close. Ingles up top. Covered by Parker. Has to Gobert. Rubio outside. Gobert with a screen on Dunn. Now Ingles. Back to Rubio. Over Dunn. Rubio misses.
Well, can't find the target, but good work to get into open space inside the arc.
Parker's shot is off.
And just the kind of start you're hoping to avoid. 1 for 5 from the field here early on.
It's stolen by Gobert. The wide open look here for Ingles. Misses the 3. Bulls trailed by 3. Levine kicks to Carter. In the corner, it's Levine. Carter with a screen on Mitchell. Here's Levine. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
I'll tell you, a number of ways to score off the pick and roll, and Levine makes it look easy.
Outside Favors. He dishes it to Ingles. Out to the right wing, and stolen by Dunn. On the wing, Levine. Stolen by Mitchell. The pass to Ingles. To the paint. Favors. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And you love that Favors bounces off defenders effortlessly. Fantastic at finishing despite the defense being right in his grill.
Now here's Levine. Over Mitchell. And the foul on Wendell Carter. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, pretty obvious over the back call there, but being out of position, that was really the only option.
Right, or he can just concede the rebound, and probably better off doing that than picking up a silly foul. I love the way Joe Ingles, guys, affects winning in multiple ways. This is a guy who does so many little things. He can facilitate the offense, he understands how to play pick and roll, and we know he can make the long-distance shot with great regularity.
So it's Chicago now, after the basket by Utah. On the wing, Levine, covered by Mitchell. Markkanen, and Markkanen throws it down.
Yeah, Levine finding the open man. The difference for him right now, playing under control.
Jazz leading by 3. Mitchell kicks to Favors. Gobert, the screen. Goes up off the pick, and then Favors with the dunk.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
You know, that's why we say move without the basketball. You'll be rewarded. That's a finish for the purists out there. The lightest of touches on the finger roll.
Gobert, the screen. Using the screen, Favors, and that one drops for him. Favors got 6.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
On the wing, Levine. Passes it to Carter. From past the arc, and it's Levine that time on the assist from Carter. Levine's got his second bucket tonight.
Come on now, we're talking about a big-time athlete with Zach Levine. Catches the ball, gets into his rhythm, all in one motion.
And Rubio kicks to Favors. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Doris, last year, a bit of a bounce-back season for Favors. Got back to doing what he does best.
No, exactly. I mean, Derek Favors probably underrated defensively. This guy eats up a ton of space, will bother a lot of shots. He can contribute even when his offense isn't there.
And that one misses.
But I think for Derek Favors, it's a matter of continuing to improve your game, especially on the defensive end of the floor.
So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Crowder, he's checked in for Gobert. Cephalosha comes in for Joe Ingles. Allen's checked in for Mitchell. And it's Dante Exum in for Ricky Rubio. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Lopez, he's checked in for Carter. Bobby Portis comes in for Lauri Markkanen. Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for Jabari Parker. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Levine. Now here's Exum. And there's the foul. It'll go on Denzel Valentine. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Here's Exum. Favors sets the pick for Exum. In the corner, Crowder with it. 4 on the clock. Favors with the screen. The 3. Valentine grabs the board. Bulls trail by 3. Now let's find out what head coach Quinn Snyder had to say to David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. He said, look, all they talked about before this game was defense. Going up against one of the best offensive teams in the league, he said, it's a challenge that we embrace. Nobody can do it by themselves. It's got to be a collective effort. No hero ball on offense either. Guys, we'll see if they can put the brakes on them. It's never easy. Back to you.
Ray David, thanks. There are some weapons they have to contain today, and Coach let his guys know it.
Yeah, there's not a lot of question as to what you have to do to be successful against this team. You've got to clamp down on D.
I think game prep is a little different when you're facing these guys. All the focus has got to be on slowing down their attack.
Now Holiday, after Dante Exum's three-pointer that didn't go. Over Favors. The shot by Holiday, no good.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, classic example of crowding the shooter, not letting him get comfortable in the mid-range.
Nobody near Allen. And a miss there on the triple. Chicago trailing here. Dunn kicks to Valentine. Holiday inside the line. Lopez a screen. Valentine wide open. He fires. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. To the inside. Here's Favors. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up. We've talked about what it takes to be a great head coach, Doris. Qualities that you think are paramount to the success, for instance, of an assistant coach.
Maybe the most important attribute to an assistant coach would be coaching with your heart and soul like it's your job on the line every night, not just the head coach's job. Right? If you pour your heart and soul into something and make that head coach's job easier, then you've functioned appropriately. And the other thing it's allowed you to do is it's allowed you to accelerate your growth. You're constantly thinking, what would I do in this situation? That helps you in the long term.
Love that perspective.
And had the right idea there in calling for the screen, but he was just slow to get to the spot and didn't get set.
Yeah, just a matter of he needs to be there a split second earlier. Not much room for error when you're setting a screen.
Shot by Crowder, no good.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Portis kicks to Lopez. Outside Holiday. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Jazz have gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. Another miss by Utah.
Boy, a wide open look from mid-range that goes by the wayside. You can tell he's upset.
Now here's Valentine. He's tightly guarded. Here's Lopez, and the bucket counts. Three-point chance here.
Boy, strong finish inside by Lopez, absorbing the hit. Nice concentration there.
Bulls shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Royce O'Neal comes in for Derek Favors. And Alec Burks subbed in for Allen.
Boy, what a surprise the Utah Jazz were in the West last season. When you think about some of the injuries and key personnel losses, to me, they overachieved. Yes, they were ousted by the Rockets in the conference semifinals, but the reality is that was a big-time achievement just getting there.
And the Jazz in the playoffs last season, Doris, I don't think any team wanted to deal with them.
Well, I think the Jazz were a prideful team that played hard and were coached incredibly well. I think there were a lot of people who wondered what they would be without Gordon Hayward. This was a 5 seed with 48 wins, and that was an impressive year.
And a chance to check out the stats for Valentine. Some last season stats for him. Averaged 10 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And right now for him, it's about gaining experience and continuing to develop his game.
This is a man's game, and you've got to earn your minutes in this league. This guy, his time will come eventually.
Here's Lopez. It's good. Lopez has got 6.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Utah has gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. And the jam by Cephalosha.
Well, how about the outstanding vision from the crafty point guard, Dante Exum, seeing the floor beautifully.
There's a good screen. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Bulls shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. And the first one at the line is good.
Robin Lopez, the prototypical lunch pail player. He brings so much skill, able to create some offense when his number is called.
There's 48 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And here's Exum. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And stolen by Portis. Done outside. Here's Valentine, And the Bulls with another miss. Utah trailing here. Crowder, the pass to O'Neal. Can't connect from short range.
Unbelievable. He blew that. Look, guys, no clue what went wrong there.
For three. And Valentine with the basket on the assist by Lopez.
You know, how about the big fella making the right play there to create that bucket?
Here's Exum. Great D that time from Portis.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Bulls out front. They lead by 5. We'll get right back to the action when we return. During his tenure in Utah, Coach Quinn Snyder has quickly earned the appreciation of his players, including Rudy Gobert.
It's very lucky to have a coach like that. He really takes everything, with heart, and he wants us to be the best defensive team in the league, as I do. And I think when the coach and the players are on the same page, usually, good things happen.
Coach Snyder doing a terrific job with his team.
Just a great tactician, and he's clearly got his guys buying in to his message.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
They're just not sitting back. They are going for steals, and their activity has been terrific.
It has, Greg, no doubt. Love that they've gotten after it on the defensive end. Just continue to put pressure on.
Exum and Burks, they're back. Cephalosha is out there with Jay Crowder. And it's O'Neal in at the 3. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Doors for a couple teams that had high hopes coming out of the gate. Frustration starting to build, and you can even sense it with the fans. They're getting a little bit nervous here.
And this is the critical stage where when you've gotten out of the gate slowly, it's your leadership that has to step up. They've got to have a strong voice in the locker room, not overreact to mounting frustrations, and just calm the nerves of the young players. It's important to keep your unity in tough times.
One of the coaches always say, don't let go of the rope. Everybody's got to pull in the right direction, same direction. Don't let go of the rope.
Great point, Kev.
Now here is Holiday. He kicks it to Valentine. Bulls moving the ball around. Just 4 to shoot. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Portis can't get it to go.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Pass to Exum. Gobert, the screen. Outer dishes to Exum. Lets a floater go, and that's 2 points on the layup. Exum's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, you love how Dante Exum gets inside. He's got terrific touch close.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Well, Jay Crowder, a versatile forward to me who fits in so well with this team. He can hit threes. He can match up well on the defensive end. This is a player who has a bigger impact than his stats might indicate.
Ricky Rubio checked in for Utah. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Carter, he's checked in for Lopez. Markkanen comes in for Bobby Portis. Jabari Parker's checked in for Justin Holiday. And Zach LaVine subbed in for Chris Dunn. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. You know, with Crowder, it's his physicality, Doris, that establishes his presence on the floor.
Right, he is able to match up with rugged offensive players. This guy is strong enough to guard multiple positions, and even if his shot isn't falling, he can make an impact on the floor.
Parker, a screen on Gobert. LaVine kicks to Markkanen. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Markkanen's got the lead up to 6 now for the Bulls.
Hey, look, you got to keep Markkanen out of the paint. He's just too big on that block and imposes his will.
Outside Crowder. Gobert the screen. Back to Rubio. Over LaVine. Rubio misses. Chicago leading by 6. Valentine kicks to LaVine. Carter with a screen on Rubio, and it's Parker in the corner. From outside, off the mark.
Boy, despite the miss, he did a really good job shaking himself completely free from the defense.
And the basket by Rubio.
Well, you love Crowder's willingness to distribute the basketball. His vision allows him to set his teammates beautifully.
Pass to Markkanen. Kicks it to Parker. Beyond the arc. Rebound, Utah. Gobert's got 6 rebounds in the game. Crowder against Markkanen. They grabbed their own miss. Burks' shot is good.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Parker outside. Rubio against Levine. Back to Parker. And the Bulls get it back. Now Levine. He has 5. Inside. Another shot. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Bulls shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. The first one falls. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Utah. Mitchell comes in for Alec Burks. Carter hits them both. Jazz trail by 4. And Rubio kicks to Crowder. Mitchell passes to Ingles. Gobert the screen. Crowder sets a screen for Ingles. Markkanen on the double team. 6 on the shot clock. Shot by Crowder, no good.
Affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And Rubio kicks to Gobert. And the foul on Wendell Carter. That's foul number 2 for him.
Oh boy, that's 2 on him now. And if he gets a 3rd foul before halftime, his playing time is going to have to be limited for a bit.
And Utah making a change here. Favors is checked in. They get a hand on it. Mitchell outside. Favors with the screen. And it's Mitchell missing. Chicago leading by 6. Now here's Levine. He's got 5. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Over Favors. And that misses badly. Air ball. The Jazz have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. That's 3 of 9. And Zach Levine gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Ingles against Parker. Favors passes to Mitchell. Favors sets the pick for Mitchell. Floats one. Basket good. Mitchell's got his 2nd bucket.
I tell you, at times, guarding Donovan Mitchell has got to feel overwhelming defensively. When he starts to go with the floater, look out.
Now, here's Markkanen. On the wing, Levine. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
With college basketball expanding the three-point arc out to FIBA range, Doris, does that set the table, you think, for the NBA to move its arc, their three-point shooting line, out as well?
I think one of the things that I would like to see, Kevin, is a more unified game across countries, right? We've talked about the NBA and basketball in particular becoming a more global game. I think one thing that I'd really love to see at the lower levels of basketball in the formative stages is young players have to play with a shot clock. Because what that forces those players to do is be three-tool players. Under duress of a shot clock, you better be able to put the ball on the deck, make a pass, or take a shot. So I think the more we can normalize a set of international rules, the better basketball is going to be long-term.
Here's Mitchell. after the made shot from Wendell Carter. And Gobert kicks to Mitchell. The pass to Favors. A second chance effort. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Well, that's the size of Derek Favors, allowing him to snag these boards. This guy, you've got to keep him off the offensive glass, Kevin.
Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Utah. The Jazz have made 3 of their first 5 foul shots tonight. And that one falls for Favors. Here's Levine. 7 points in the game. Feeds it to Markkanen. Rebound, Utah.
He's fighting it in this quarter. Hasn't been able to get into any sort of groove.
Ingles with the ball. Favors with a screen on Parker. Here's Ingles. The feed to Favors. Good on the shot. Favors has got 5 points now in the quarter.
I'm telling you this, if you leave one of Ingles' teammates open, Joe is going to find him.
Chicago calls timeout. Chicago making some changes. Lopez comes in for Carter. And Bobby Portis subbed in for Markkanen. Chicago leading. Pass to Holiday. Parker kicks to Holiday. Outside, Levine. 5 to shoot. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Levine.
Looking here at some numbers for Mitchell. A very nice season for him last year. Around 20 points per game last season. 3 assists and 3 rebounds. And it's always nice to be able to bring a shooter like him off the bench.
Well, hard to win if you can't get points productivity, and that's what makes this guy valuable to that second unit.
Favors with the screen. Sefolosha passes to Mitchell. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
I'll tell you, what a start in the first quarter, and now he's taking it to a new level here in the second.
And Utah making a change here. Exum's checked in. Thabo Sefolosha up there in age, Doris now, but still very much a nuisance on defense.
You're right, Kevin. He's got those long arms to bother shots. He doesn't fall for a lot of fakes. Sticks with his man through screens. This guy's versatile enough to guard 2s and 3s. Plenty to like with Thabo.
Now here's Levine. He's got 7, and the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's his first foul. Here's Holiday, trailing by 2. Lopez, a screen on Mitchell. And Holiday kicks to Lopez. Out to Parker. 3 on the clock. They need this. The shot by Holiday, no good. For Utah, they've gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting.
Well, you just wonder if maybe he should take it inside when they're playing so far off him.
Bowman here now for an injury report. And now David Aldridge has an update for us on Rudy Gobert. Dave, what's the news?
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer of the Jazz gave us some information. After taking a look, he informed me that it doesn't look too bad. A really discouraging development for this team at such an early point in the season. We'll see how they respond, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you for the update. I know we're all interested in what his status is.
And it might be a tough road back for him. But one thing's for sure, he will be back.
Well, we know this. The guy's a fighter. And I'm sure nobody's more disappointed than he is to have to go through this. But I am sure this guy will work every day to get back as quick as possible.
Now here's Levine, following the miss by Donovan Mitchell. Lopez kicks to Portis. Lopez a screen. And Levine, here we go. Second shot opportunity, and he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
Boy, just always aggressive under the rim. Robin Lopez earning his keep tonight.
He's got his 4th free throw of the game.
And taking a look back at last year's numbers, he's about a 76% shooter.
The free throw off from Lopez. Utah trailing here. Here's Exum. Favors, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, you've got to look at this guy's shooting as one of the main reasons they've been able to build this lead.
Pass to Holiday. Lopez, a screen on Allen. Holiday dishes to Parker. Makes it off the glass. Parker's got his first basket of the night. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one. And that's his 4th foul. And we're not even at halftime. That is going to limit his playing time and his aggressiveness the rest of the game.
For Utah, they have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
And the Bulls making a change here. Dunn's checked in. To the wing right side. To the right side. Parker passes to Dunn. Lopez up top, and Holiday has it in the corner. Over Allen. The kick out to Holiday. To the middle. Goes back up. Lopez, no luck.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Here's Portis. And the first half comes to a close. You've got a close game going on here. Jazz lead 5-1. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Derek, big effort in the first half. Did Coach ask you to come out here and really set the tone?
Oh, yeah, I know our coach wanted me to be aggressive, and I came out and I was aggressive.
And it showed on the floor. Thanks, Derek. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. We've reached halftime of our first regular season game.
I'm swimming.
I thought you thought maybe the first half was going swimmingly. A big night so far for Derek Favors. He had 16 points and 9 rebounds. He had a very shaky performance in their last game, but it has not affected him at all tonight. What a tremendous first half he played. And Kenny, what'd you see out there from the Jazz?
You have to love a team that pounds the offensive glass. That's going to gain you extra possessions. And check this out. Sometimes just having more offensive chances than your opponent wins the basketball game.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
Well, I didn't even know who some of these guys were, but their bench came up with some big shots. Gave the team a lift offensively. It's always possible guys will see more minutes in the second half, but at the same time, you're a starter for a reason. We shall see, Ernie.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
The streets and buildings of Salt Lake City lit up gorgeously as we welcome you back to the action here in Utah. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. It's been a clinic out there by Derek Favors.
And through 2 quarters, surprising how aggressive he was offensively.
Yeah, I think this guy was really looking for his shot on every possession. Remarkable effort from him on the offensive end in that first half.
Tipping off the second half, here's Fred Hoiberg's 5. Dunn and Holiday team up in the backcourt. Parker and Markkanen, your small and power forwards. And it's Carter in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Dunn. Derek Favors making his last shot. Carter kicks to Dunn. Tipped away. And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. He can't hit that time. And the Bulls going the other way now. Outside Holiday. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Inside. Mitchell dishes to Favors. The rebound by Holiday.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
Now, here's Mitchell, following the miss by Chris Dunn. And Rubio kicks to Favors. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That's foul number 2 for him. Levine's checked in for Justin Holiday. And here the second half of play. We're just over a minute in. Favors passes to Mitchell. Favors sets the pick for Mitchell. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
There's a measure of composure with Donovan Mitchell, just so calm and focused, understanding how to manipulate the pick and roll.
Now here's Levine. He has 7. Parker outside. Dunn dishes to Carter. Gobert with the block. 3 on 3. Here's Mitchell. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
Boy, Mitchell's confidence is off the charts right now. Off the dribble jumper, yes, sir.
Pass to Parker. Markkanen against Favors. Carter with a screen on Rubio. Here's Dunn. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
They were hoping for a fast start. Instead, they're 0 for 4.
Parker against Ingles. Mitchell outside. Shot clock at 5. Pulls it from the elbow. Again, Mitchell missing.
Boy, I'll tell you, he has plenty of space, but it looked like a little bit of a hitch in that release.
Here's Markkanen. He's off on that one.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Mitchell outside. Over Levine. Another shot. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
I'll tell you, solid concentration from the big man. Derek Favors fights through the contact thanks to all of that strength in his upper body.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Crowder, he's checked in for Joe Ingles, and Alec Burks subbed in for Mitchell. And Chicago also making a switch. Valentine's checked in. And the league last season, Doris, looking to tighten up on the traveling calls. Think that's a move in a positive direction, and it's had a good effect?
Well, Kevin, I'm sure you agree with this. We want to see if there's a traveling violation, it should be called.
Yes.
We have given the offensive players enough advantages, and by that I mean we've made it less physical on the perimeter. You know, we've allowed for freedom of movement, and so I think anytime you learn from a kid, listen, if you pick up that pivot foot, it's a travel. In the past, I thought a lot were missed. What's your take on it, Kev?
I like what you said. And even more for the younger kids who are learning the game, they got to play the right way. It's got to be called.
That's right. Well, obviously, it's been an off night for him offensively, but give his teammates credit. They've bailed him out. He's still got time to turn it around.
And the shot is good. The Utah lead has been cut down to 7 on the bucket from Levine. Outside Crowder. Back to Rubio. Favors sets the pick for Rubio. Dishes it to Favors. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Favors got 6 here in this quarter.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Dunn kicks to Markkanen. Now here's Valentine. Defended by Crowder. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Bean passes to Markkanen. Offline with his 3.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Well, Burks has exceptional athleticism, and ooh, he flies to the cup.
Chicago calls timeout.
You know, guys, what's so interesting to me about Alec Burks, now that he's a veteran in this league, he's never been a starter for a long, extended stretch, but he's always been in the rotation. For me, the next step for this guy is just being more consistent.
A different look for Utah. Royce O'Neal comes in for Derek Favors. And it's Dante Exum in for Ricky Rubio. And the Bulls making a change also. Bobby Portis is checked in for Markkanen. Now, here's Portis. Carter sets the pick for Dunn to the inside. Gobert with the block.
And the remarkable reach of the stifled tower. Gobert twice on the pipes.
Just relentless. Really impressed with how they've been able to maintain that focus.
I think it's obvious, Greg. They want this win. They're showing no let-up in their attack right now.
Exum kicks to O'Neal. Shoots. And that comes off the assist by Exum. And the Jazz lead by 15. Alfred Burks last season, Doris, able to play more after being sidelined with injuries in the past.
Well, you think about those injuries really are the only thing that stepped between him and having a larger role, because this guy has a terrific shot from deep, and in the NBA, that's always a valued commodity.
Exum passes to Crowder. Here's Exum. Back to Crowder. Second chance shot, and the layup is up and in.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Back to Dunn. The pass to Portis. Shoots over Crowder. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
And they just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Greg, I think this other team is just in a zone right now. They're clicking on the offensive end, and the defense starting to look frustrated.
And here's Utah. Really controlling it now with an 18-2 run here. Great D that time from Portis.
Yeah, affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
Carter with a screen on O'Neal. Valentine kicks to Dunn. Back to Valentine. Trains it from beyond the arc. Valentine's got 8 points.
Lined it up and knocked it down. His second triple tonight.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's a good call, Greg. They need a fresh, new approach here.
A different look for Utah. Tavo Cephalosha has checked in for Jay Crowder, and Allen subbed in for Alec Burks. Robin Lopez has checked in for the Bulls. Justin Holiday comes in for Dunn. Now, here's Exum. He kicks to Allen. Gobert, the screen. On the wing, Cephalosha. Down low, Lopez with the steal. Levine passes to Portis. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Looking here at some numbers for Gobert. Last season, he played outstanding. Averaged about 13 points per, 10 rebounds, and almost 2.5 blocks. He has been at his most dynamic, no question about it, a real handful.
Let's make no mistake, one of the elite talents in the NBA and operating at the highest level right now.
That one is no good. And here are the Jazz now. They're on an 18-6 run. Stolen by Levine. Here's the break. Ball going up court. Here's Valentine. Here's Lopez. Nice work on the boards. Paying off with the basket. 12 points for him.
You know, so easy to admire the way he works at close range. Lopez showing that nice, soft touch.
Gobert can't hit.
I don't think the defense is much of a factor there. He just botches the finish.
Holiday with the 3. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Well, listen, there's no one around him, and he says thank you very much. Wide open look at 3, as easy as that.
It's Allen on the wing. Back to Exum. Jazz passing it around to the middle. Hangs. And Allen with the layup. And the Jazz lead by 10.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
It's stolen by Gobert. Here's O'Neal. Lopez with the block.
You have to be a fan of how Robin Lopez refuses to give any shot a free pass. He'll block and challenge anything.
And it goes down 2 points. Lopez has got 14.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Allen kicks to O'Neal. Gobert, the screen. Shot clock at 5. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Allen's shot is off. Now the Bulls with it. They're on an 11-2 run. Holiday inside the line. Portis sets the pick for Holiday. Lopez outside. Here's Levine. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Now here's Exum. Guarded by Levine. And it's sent back by Lopez. And that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter. It's the Jazz up by 6. Live from Vivint Smart Home Arena. You're watching 2K Sports. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The 4th quarter of action getting started. Rubio teams up with Mitchell in the backcourt. Joe Ingles is out there with Cephalosha. And it's Gobert in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group right now for Utah. Dunn dishes to Lopez. No good on that one. Gobert with the defensive effort.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Bulls making a switch here. Markkanen's checked in. Rubio the pass to Gobert. Back to Rubio. Mitchell kicks to Gobert. Gobert the screen. Gobert with a screen on Levine. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Mitchell. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Well, it's a level of concentration that has to happen for you to finish through contact. Donovan Mitchell doing work.
Done outside. Levine passes to Portis. Off on the layup. Jazz leading by 8. Here's Mitchell. And he uses the glass on the layup. Mitchell's got 4 points this quarter.
My goodness, how do you guard against that? Mitchell tremendous at just getting through the contact.
And here is Dunn. Kicks it to Levine. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
This guy's pulling his weight tonight. The guys around him need to pick up the slack and start following his lead.
Pass to Cephalosha. Ingles dishes to Mitchell. Gobert the screen. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
Boy, if he's got momentum, you better step back. Donovan Mitchell on his way to the cup.
Dunn kicks to Portis. Parker right side. Portis a screen on Mitchell. Dunn passes to Levine. Stolen by Mitchell. One-on-one here. He feeds it to Rubio. It's tipped. Pass to Markkanen. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Dunn's got his 5th assist in this one.
Yeah, that's just a nice pass. This was one of college basketball's premier playmakers. Dunn showing great vision.
Now, here's Mitchell. Gobert the screen. Cephalosha with a screen on Parker. 5 on the clock. Back to Mitchell. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Zach LaVine. And Greg, right out of the gate, Donovan Mitchell seemed like a veteran more than a rookie.
I mean, his professionalism was one of the first things Ricky Rubio noticed about Mitchell. Father played minor league baseball, knows what it takes to succeed in professional sports. And you can just see it in his approach to practice and his commitment to improving his game. Mitchell was already the surprise of that 2017 draft, and I don't think there's any question he's destined to be a star.
Levine against Mitchell. To the paint. It's stolen by Gobert. Goes up. Oh, and the dunk by Mitchell.
Well, why did Donovan Mitchell win the dunk contest? Case in point right there.
And a great second look there. Another Unleash Chaos replay. Brought to you by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now, here's Ingles. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Ingles, one of the bigger stars on the Australian national team.
He's a virtual unknown when he enters the NBA, but a credit to Joe Ingles because he's a knockdown three-point shooter who now can manipulate pick and rolls. This guy is becoming a factor in the NBA.
Here's Dunn. Pass to Parker. In the corner, it's Levine. Back to Parker. Out to the right wing. To the paint. It's stolen by Ingles. Here's Mitchell, and then Mitchell with the dunk.
This is Mitchell at his absolute best. Driving, attacking, putting all the pressure on the defense.
And it's Dunn penetrating. Markkanen kicks to Carter. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Parker outside. Dunn against Rubio. Out to Carter. Just 3 to shoot. Parker outside. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Carter's got 3 assists in the game. Jazz leading by 13. Rubio outside. And the pass to Favors. Shoots over Markkanen. From 7. And that one hits back iron. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And a chance now to take a look at the schedule for the Chicago Bulls. On Thursday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Saturday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Detroit Pistons.
And looking at the Mavericks matchup, I think they know how important it is to see how they measure up against the cream of the crop in the West. I'm looking for them to approach it like this is a playoff matchup.
Jazz have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Here's Favors. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got his 5th rebound in this one. Rubio against Dunn. Carter, the pass to Markkanen. Parker kicks to Markkanen. 5 to shoot. Fires the 3. Great D that time from Favors.
Oh, great job on the closeout, providing a lot of good D on the perimeter.
Well, that's just superb effort on the defensive end. You don't allow the shooter to get into a rhythm from deep.
Now here's Gobert. Favors with the screen. Gobert the pass to Rubio. Rebound by the Bulls. Markkanen's got his 6th rebound on the night. That drive by Carter. First one falls for him. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Jazz leading by 10. And Rubio kicks to Mitchell. Passes it to Gobert. Mitchell outside. Over Levine. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Mitchell's got 27.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell in the mid-range, making great use of what the defense is giving him.
Now Dunn. Outside Levine. Carter outside. Back to Levine. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Three-pointer, Markkanen. And the Bulls with another miss. And the foul on Wendell Carter. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. The Jazz have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Rubio dishes to Ingles. Favors against Markkanen. Favors passes to Gobert.
And that's going to be his 5th, guys. One more and he's done.
Many were hoping for Rudy Gobert to take on a bigger scoring load last year, and Doris, it didn't happen.
Well, obviously, Rudy Gobert's main impact is going to be as the stifle tower, that effective defender. He's got to continue to work on the offensive end of the floor.
Some changes for Chicago. Robin Lopez is checked in for Carter. Portis comes in for Markkanen, and it's Valentine in for Parker. Dunn kicks to Portis. Pass to Levine. And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's foul number 2 for him. Dunn against Rubio. Dunn passes to Portis. Back to Dunn. Out to the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Rubio.
Well, nice defense by Rubio, making an effort to frustrate his man.
Dunn misses. Feeds to Ingles. And there's the foul. It'll go on Denzel Valentine. So that will be his 2nd foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. Free throw drops for Ingles.
How about this guy? He comes into the league as an undrafted free agent, and Joe Ingles has more than proven his worth. The high IQ, the lights-out shooting from deep, so much to love about Ingles.
Chicago calls timeout.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the... playing against them right now.
Look, Greg, no resistance, right? They're allowing them to get any kind of shot they want close. That simply can't happen.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
He doesn't take over games like this very much, but it's always possible. And when he does, here at home, these fans love it. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to listen in on what Fred Hoiberg told his team. He told them flat out, we are turning the ball over too much, guys. We can't keep making the hero ball play. Slow it down, run the offense, and make the safe pass. Back to you, Kevin.
Levine dishes to Dunn. He kicks it to Lopez. Stolen by Mitchell. Pass to Rubio. Now Ingles. Gobert with a screen on Dunn. Takes the 13-footer. They get it back. Here's Ingles over Lopez. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Shooting for Utah, Joe Ingles.
And he makes the first. Doris, you know, you watch the athleticism that Mitchell has, and it's a surprise he didn't go any higher in the draft.
Well, this is a guy who had so many highlight reel dunks in his young career, proven scorer over the course of the 82-game season. But listen, Mitchell wasn't a scorer at Louisville, so it's not surprising what happened in the draft.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
Oh no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
And that one falls for Ricky Rubio. And you can't help but notice that Ricky Rubio has grown as a player.
Well, he talked a little bit about losing his mom recently, and he was very close to her, and he said it changed his priorities and perspective on life, and that balance has translated to more effectiveness on the court.
Now here's... favors. Zach LaVine unable to get his last shot to go. And there's the foul. It'll go on Denzel Valentine. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for two. Free throw drops for Ingles. So Chicago ends up going with the new group. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Bulls trailed by 19. The pass to Felicio. Kicks to Usher. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Jazz.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game, and I think ultimately that earned the W.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Donovan Mitchell.
Boy, his activity really stood out to me on the defensive end. He harassed ball handlers, came up with steals in transition. You had the feeling guys were looking over their shoulder, worried he was going to pick their pocket.
And he can't get the first one. Doris, when you view international basketball, 13 and 14-year-olds playing in academies, some players turning pro overseas at 16, would something like that work in this country?
You know what, Kevin? I'm not necessarily for something like this. What I do believe is the NBA could become more involved across the board, and we should have more uniformity in basketball in general. And I think one of the ways to do that is to make sure we set up some sort of basketball committee across the different levels of basketball, starting with youth, going to high school, into college, then the semi-professional sort of basketball leagues out there, or the formative leagues like the G League, and then the NBA. I think we just need to look at the game in its totality and create some measure of uniformity. But frankly, I don't love the idea of 13 and 14-year-olds leaving their home to go to, quote, sport academies.
The kick out to Crowder. A three-pointer off the mark. Now here's Payne. Passes to Ashik. Here's Felicio off the mark.
What you like about Jay Crowder is his passion, the energy he provides on defense, just off the charts.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Dante Exum. Dante, still a young guy in this league. What do you want to focus on with your development?
You know, I think it's just staying in the defensive end. You know, sometimes in the heat of the play, you kind of lose sight of it, and it's just about staying in there and just helping your teammates out. So,
a very young guy on a very good team. Thank you, Dante. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. So long, everyone.